Stan Gibilisco here with a little story for you. A little story if you're interested in mathematics, particularly if you are a student of mathematics and you intend to become a rigorous, pure mathematician after the fashion of G.H. Hardy, venerable mathematician who lived, pretty close to 100 years ago now, I guess, and who wrote a book called A Mathematician's Apology, which every aspiring pure mathematician should read. But this particular tale involves a little experience I had way back in 1972. The fall of 1972, my freshman year in college, in one of those sweet, small, secure, liberal arts colleges in the Midwest. Today they might call it a radical arts college. I don't know, I thought it was a pretty all-right place while I was there, but it wasn't really suited for me, and I only stayed there for one semester. I should say, though, that I had a 4.0 average at that college in that semester, and one of the courses was an introductory calculus course taught by a professor whose name I shall not disclose, but I was warned prior to taking that course that there was one professor. Of all the professors in the whole college, he wanted to avoid this professor because someone might go through the whole 4 years at that place and get straight A's except for one B that they got from this guy. Well, as things turned out, I didn't know which professor I was going to have when I went into that course. There was multiple sections of it. Sections, multiple classes. And the guy goes up and he writes his name on the board, and it's that very man, that very guy. The very first class I walked into in that college was from the one professor that I had been warned by my counselor not to take a course from. So I said, I'm going to find out what's so bad about this guy and see if it's really true. Well, as things turned out, he was the best professor I've ever had. And I wish that I had become a pure mathematician, number one. A rigorous pure mathematician, a practitioner of absolute rigor, as G.H. Hardy admonished the Indian mathematician Ramanujan when he was corresponding with him over his abilities and discoveries. In any case, if I had become such a enthusiast and had gone after that kind of course, I would have wished mightily that this guy could be my mentor. And I don't know, maybe he would have, because he did give me an A. The guy told me I couldn't get an A from him. I said I'm going to do it. I used to leave his class with headaches. He made me think so hard. But I remember in one paper, we were supposed to be doing some equations and manipulations, and this is not the one that we had to do, but it was something like it. An expression like this. We had to multiply out this factored quadratic. So I did. I multiplied out, whatever it was, whatever the equation was, and I made the derivation x squared plus 2x plus 1. And then I put parentheses around that expression. Well, when I got the little blue book, remember those little blue books? You're old enough to remember those. They were about 7 by 7 inches or maybe 8 by 8, and they were ruled in much the same way as you see on this screen right now, but they were blank, and you had to write your responses to examinations in those books, little exam books. Well, what I got was a marked up paper and, a marked up note. On this equation, he marked it up and he wrote useless. And you're writing them shows you weren't thinking. Except this part was in red, I guess. I don't remember for sure, but that's just exactly what he wrote. I remember those words to this day. This was a pure mathematician who worshipped absolute rigor as only pure mathematicians can do. Well, I don't know, maybe some other pure scientists can do it. Pure artists, maybe it'd be a better way to put it. Pure mathematics. I guess these days, with our mentality in our society, they refer to this stuff as math porn. I don't know exactly what's meant by math porn, but one of the books I wrote, I believe it's Pre-Calculus Demystified, one of the reviewers wrote, "Math porn of the highest degree." And I felt greatly honored, even though I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Stan Gibilisco signing off. Well, I sure did know what this guy was talking about, and I haven't forgotten it to this day. Until next time, so long.